Welcome to episode 8, Streets and Scholars with Alex Alonso and FG. Hey, what's going on, man? How's the weather?
It's a little heated today, bro. It's a little warm today.
I know, but that's good, though, because people are jealous of our weather. You know that, right?
I mean, should we get taxed for it? We might as well get the weather that we pay for.
Yeah, no doubt.
Shit, I think it's in our property taxes somewhere, like the sunshine tax. I think I seen that in there.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. We get taxed. You know that if you was to take your dollar and figure out how much of it goes to taxes, about half of that dollar goes to taxes. Every time you spend, buy, it's crazy. We paying so much money in taxes. So.
Yeah, but they triple taxing us, but you already know that. But
yeah, and you know about that gas tax. It's crazy, right?
crazy. I just left Arizona, bro, and I just looked at the gas there, and I just realized that it's not the gas prices, it's the taxes that California put on us for the gas.
Man, California got at least $1.50 in taxes.
Oh, man, everybody got their hand in our taxes when it comes to gas.
All right, man, this is episode 8, and let me just give a couple of fact checks from last episode. Hey, when we was talking about the Chris Rock, Will Smith smack, I said Chris Rock was born and bred in Brooklyn. Somebody actually tried to check me on that.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm going to be honest with you.
But look, he was born in South Carolina. The brother came to Brooklyn when he was a few weeks old.
Oh, shit.
He came to Brooklyn as a baby.
Yeah.
And not only did he come to Brooklyn, he came to Crown Heights, and then his family moved to Bedford-Stuyvesant. Now, I grew up in the early part of my life in New York. Bed-Stuy, they call it Bed-Stuy do or die.
Right, no doubt. I was going to say, I thought that was the hood. Yeah.
Bed-Stuy do or die,
right.
Technically. So I think what I said was legit, but then at the same time, somebody told me that he was raised probably more sheltered.
Bust to school and all that.
Private
school. But just because you bust to school and just because you get a better education don't mean that you don't see what's going on in the environment, though. And you don't understand and know. Just because you're not a part of some, Alex, you've been around the hood, all your life. You know what I mean? That don't mean you don't know the dynamics of everything that goes around in the hood. And
Absolutely.
Chris Rock is the same way.
Absolutely.
He knows the rules and regulations and what's supposed to happen.
But what about him being 57 years old? Does that kind of say, all right, you're getting up to, you pushing 60?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you, dog. When they said he almost 60, I said, no, not Chris Rock. He must be talking about one of his brothers. I didn't know dude was that old.
Neither did I. Actually.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I didn't know dude was that. I thought I was tripping. Yeah, I didn't think he was that old and shit. But when they said that, it did change my my view on it.
No doubt.
Yeah, and I know Will knows how old he is. And it really changed my view on it. I didn't know the guy was that old, to be honest with you.
Will is the younger guy. But I was just listening to Mike Epps.
Mm-hmm.
He gave a stand-up the other day. I think he's probably the first comedian to address this.
Mm-hmm.
He said, when Will turned around, I would have jumped and kicked him in the back.
Hey, I think I spoke on that last week. I said he didn't go jump on his back or nothing. Listen, when you have to do something, you know what I mean? And I'm not the type of guy that judge people on what they do if they're not, a street dude. So if he would have went and bit him on his back, you know what I mean? I would have said at least he did something. But he handled it with dignity the way he wanted to handle it, and best believe that by him handling it the way it did for his career, it may serve some justice. The streets may say, you didn't do this or you didn't do that, but I believe, for what he trying to do in his life at almost 60 is going to benefit him.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be a little bit more softer on my position on Chris Rock because of one, his age, 2, he's on the Oscar stage, and 3, we have to be more against violence. As much as I believe there is a time and place where violence is absolutely necessary, but at the same time, I want to generally be against violence.
True. I was corrected on that also because I had said that he was a host, and apparently he wasn't. He was a presenter. So that's another fact check that I thought he was the host. I thought he was hosting the thing.
Me too.
I don't watch the Oscars, so yeah.
I don't really care about these award shows.
Yeah. So I wouldn't,
Hey, but he basically grew up in Brooklyn. He came there as a young kid. He was actually born in a place called Andrews, South Carolina, but came to Brooklyn as a baby. So
he's from Brooklyn.
Yeah, he's from Brooklyn. Last week I said there are no gun stores in the city of Los Angeles, and I stand to be corrected on that one. There are actually 2 gun stores in the Valley, which is technically, for those who don't know, the San Fernando Valley is the city of LA. But there's two gun stores there. I actually gave one of them a call, and they told me that their gun stores are super old, 40 years old, and the city of LA does not give out permits for someone to start a new store.
New store, yeah.
So if you have an old store,
you grandfathered in, basically, yeah.
But they don't allow any new gun shops to form. So I was surprised. The two stores, one store is called the LA Gun Store, and the other store is called Turner's, and they're both in the San Fernando Valley.
Now, have you heard of the LA Gun Range?
I believe
it's not far from here, and my daughter went, and I don't think they sold guns, but you could still go get it in. They were big for a shooting range down there. I was getting that mixed up with the LA Gun Store when you said that.
Well, there was a gun range over by the airport. I'm not sure if it's still there. And there used to be a range downtown LA. Both those places did not sell guns, though.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right, and let's get into one of our topics here because I thought this was interesting that Boskoe from Queen Street, Inglewood, is going to fight this brother named Nina Boy from 5'9" East Coast Crip. This is the new thing now. If you got a beef with somebody, why keep arguing about it on social media? Hey, just put your dukes up, get in the ring, and do it professionally and make some money at the same time.
I mean, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? I'm starting to think of be another Don King on the side. I might start promoting some of these things, but to me, that's the gangster thing to do, because put the guns down, man. You know what I mean? Put your dukes up. Win, lose, or draw, you're gonna walk up out of there. You know what I mean? And you can get a rematch if you want to. So I'm really for that, man.
And I remember when I did the interview with you, I did read some of the comments. I don't know if you saw this, but some of the comments said that FG and Mob James needs to get in the ring.
You know what? if he wasn't 57, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest with you. If he wasn't 57, I say line it up. You know, we could take it to Vegas and do it at
yeah.
You know, but like you say, it wouldn't be fair. The dude's a significant amount older and shit. You know what I mean? But if he was any younger, I'd be like lining that shit up.
Yeah, he is a bit fragile as he gets into his mid to late 50s. You got about, 9 years on the dude, so it would be an unfair match.
Well, he got about, I got 9 years.
I mean, he's got 9 years.
Yeah, it would be unfair.
Well, technically, I said it right, because when you talk about boxing, the edge goes to the younger person.
Okay,
so you have 9 years on.
Yeah, no doubt.
The younger person has the advantage.
No doubt.
So, that would be an unfair advantage. But you know what? I'm going to see if we can get Boskoe on the phone.
Yeah, let's try to call him and see what his thoughts is.
Yeah.
I want to see what's going on because, Nina Boy been, talking a lot of shit, you know what I mean? And I want to see how Boskoe feel about it.
Here we go.
Let's see.
We're calling Boskoe from Inglewood right now. Queen Street.
Yo.
Boskoe.
What up, Alex?
Boskoe.
I'm sitting here with FG, and we're doing the Streets and Scholars podcast, and we tapping in with you, man.
FG, what up, Pig?
Man, how you doing, G?
What that shit doing?
Oh, that's good. That's good. We just had a couple little comments and questions for you, man. How your day going so far?
Oh, man, it's hot as hell
hey,
out
man, it's hot motherfucker out there. Real shit.
It's like the hottest day of the year.
Yeah.
All right, Boskoe. So tell us about, initially you were supposed to fight some other dude, and now you're fighting Nina Boy from 6'9" East Coast. Explain to us.
Yeah.
Tell us how the initial fight was supposed to happen.
Real fast, is it 6'9" or 5'9"?
No, I'm sorry. You're right. He's from 5'9".
No,
Yeah.
We got to get
his hood right.
Right. He's from 5'9". My bad.
No, he's from 6'9" East Coast.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's from 6'9".
Okay. Oh, well, hey, correct me.
Yeah. But the nigga, basically, I was supposed to fight DW Flan, cause I be bagging on niggas.
Yeah, he out of Long Beach, right?
Yeah. And I called him. I said he was zesty, and you know what I mean. He was cool with it at first, but like 5 weeks later, the nigga was mad about it.
Mm-hmm.
So they put together. I guess he got with some little promoters, and they was trying to put together a fight. So I'm like, all right. So I accept the shit, but then when I accepted, all of a sudden he pulled out. So I'm like, what the fuck? How you call me out to a fight and then pull up?
Right.
So I'm like, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. So the momentum already there for me to squabble. So I'm like, fuck it. This nigga Nina Boy been running his mouth for the longest. Nigga, I'm gonna whoop this nigga ass there. You know what I mean? Fuck, I'm gonna whoop your ass. So the nigga, they called him up and he accepted it. So I was like, oh yeah, it's you already know.
Now
It's
let me
up.
ask you this: do you know Nina Boy prior to this?
Hell no, I don't know that. I ain't never met this nigga in my life.
Oh,
He don't
okay.
know me.
Right,
The
right,
nigga
right.
just started. The nigga, I didn't know who the fuck this nigga was in the world. This nigga, after my last fight with Gonzo, all of a sudden, matter of fact, after Gonzo died, Gonzo ended up getting tragically gunned down out in Seattle after our
Damn.
fight. And I had said, like, I think I was like doing a video one day, and I said something to the fact, like, what I say? I said, I was like, when I like after the fight, really getting to know Gonzo, I said I really realized he really wanted to be my friend. Like
Yeah.
he really fucked with me. Like, you know what I mean? He was trolling me, but it wasn't out of like malice. He really wanted to fuck with me.
Right,
Like,
right,
you
right.
know what I mean? But for some reason, this nigga Nina Boy felt some kind of way about, oh yeah, Boskoe talk about Gonzo wanting to be his friend. Gonzo didn't want to be your friend, nigga. Well, you don't even know Gonzo, nigga.
Right.
Shut up, bitch, shut up. And then you don't even know me, nigga. And then the nigga just kept going, just been for months and months and months, just been talking. So I basically Jay-Z'd the nigga though. I'm like, man, who the fuck is this peon? Like, I ain't even paying no attention to the nigga. So I've been ignoring the nigga. But after this little situation with the fight came about, I said, fuck it. You know what I mean? Got him up in here. So now that I get to whoop on him, I'm gonna give him that clout he was looking for. So now I've been bagging on him and shit. That's all he really wanted. But now he got to feel the wrath of these hands though.
Okay, Bosco, but this is not under the Snoop Dogg Triller umbrella as you did against Gonzo, correct?
No. This is a whole separate situation.
Okay, now you mentioned before that you was paid generously when you fought Gonzo. Is that money kind of, are you getting the same type of money under this arrangement?
I mean, nah, not per se, because this, like I said, this a whole different situation, a whole different fight, whole different promoters. You know what I mean? But yeah, the bag's still gonna be cool though. It's still gonna be, you know what I mean? It's gonna be more money than these. It's gonna be more money than these niggas be getting for fighting in the streets.
Right,
You
no
see what I mean?
motherfucking doubt. Yeah, that's what I
You
was
know
finna
what I
say.
mean?
You know what I mean? It's gonna be more money than that, but I just wanted to commend y'all, homie, for taking it to the street with the hands instead of motherfuckers always talk about the gunplay or I'm gonna get my homeboys and them to come over there. So for me, homie, you know what I mean? Like I say, I'm commending y'all, man, for getting in there, win, lose, or draw, man, and putting it down, man. Now I got to ask you, man. You think you gonna handle your business?
I know I'm gonna handle my business.
You
I
know,
know it.
because
I
I
handled
don't.
my business last time. It
I
was
don't
just
know
last
Nina
time.
Boy personally and shit, but I do be watching his videos and shit. And he make it seem like homie he gonna reach out and touch you up. So I just want to Joe, your opinion on it.
Wishful thinking.
Okay, okay.
Wishful thinking.
Well, Gonzo, he was in better shape than Nina Boy, and I don't know if it was really a draw when you fought Gonzo.
It wasn't. He know I won.
Yeah,
I
but
know I
but you
won.
had the size advantage over Gonzo.
Yeah. I got the size advantage over this nigga, I think.
Well,
This
that's what
nigga
I'm
don't look too
saying. You
big.
you have the size advantage over Nina Boy. Plus, Nina Boy is not in nowhere the type of shape that Gonzo was in.
Exactly.
I mean, I respect that opinion, but squabbles are squabbles. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Yeah,
you don't have to.
scrabble,
Yeah,
scrabble,
yeah.
like.
You don't have to be in the best shape to put them hands on somebody. But,
Yeah.
I haven't seen Nina Boy personally, so I don't know what his stature look like. Or his reach look like. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I just been hearing him like through YouTube and stuff like that, man. And I just want to make sure you're ready, homie. To go in there and do your thing.
Trust me, Sunday, June 26th, Boskoe will be ready stepping in that ring.
And where are you guys having this get down at?
It's out here in LA. It's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
be. I actually just saw the venue. This completely like that's what I'm saying. We doing this different. This
Mm-hmm.
finna be completely black produced, black owned, black business, black money. Like you know what I mean? We doing this all ourselves, really.
Oh, okay.
Like you know what I mean? We putting this fight on.
So
It
I'm gonna
ain't no
ask you, homie,
trilogy.
as a homie from Inglewood, you know what I mean? Um, you know, um, if I was to put my money on somebody, homie, who should I put my money on?
Man, I'm gonna put my money on the champ, man. If it was me, I'd go with the champ, man.
No doubt.
But
No.
I ain't mad at nobody. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
finished.
No,
Like,
no,
you
like I
gotta,
say, for me, it's all respect, homie, that y'all getting in the
yeah,
ring, y'all gonna squabble it out. It's really gonna, you guys don't even know what y'all might be kicking off. Or you personally, because it's your second or third one, homie. So you might be really pioneering some shit, homie, that 10 years from now, I might have to step in and be like, nah, you know what I mean? the homie initiated that. The homie started this boxing shit where you got a problem and shit. We motherfuckers got Instagram and all these social medias where they could take it to the hands and people can grab their little promoters and go get down, squab it out, win, lose, or draw, and walk away. Hey man, you might be pioneering something that you don't even know what you're doing right now, but homie, you
that's
know.
exactly what I'm trying to do. Like, that's my goal with this. That's really my goal with this fighting shit. Like, I'm not doing this shit because I want to be a boxer, but it's like, if a nigga you gotta practice what you preach.
Real
so
shit.
It's
though.
like I show niggas that, you know what I mean. I got a great gang of Crip partners, and
Yeah.
I'm actively showing people that I'm making changes on putting that gangbanging shit to the side and dealing with niggas off of character, and you know what I mean. I'm actively doing it. I'm leading by example, and even this, like, you know what I mean, nigga. Yeah, we can squabble too, whatever, nigga. Squabble. I don't gotta shoot this nigga, but we can squabble. Like, you know what I mean.
No, that's what's up. But at the end of the day, you know, like you say, respect is respect. So motherfucker got to handle his respect, like, you know, in the best way possible. And I think you showing a good example of how it should be done. Somebody got a problem with me, or I want my name respected. Hey, let's go get in the ring. Let's duke it out. You know, win, lose, or draw. And like you say, everybody walk away. You may be just setting a trend, homie, for something that can deter violence, you know, in L.A., Inglewood, Compton, Watts, you know what I mean, Long Beach. So, hey, man, I commend you, homie.
I appreciate it, man. I gladly wear that jacket.
Hey, where can we watch the fight? How can we subscribe to the fight? Tell the people how to tap in.
It should be. I know the tickets available. You could click the link if you go on my Instagram page, Skull Game Bear 100. You could click the link in my bio. Tickets is for sale. We're gonna be doing a lot of promo. Like, since now that the venue is officially secured, we're gonna start going 10 times on the promo, and so you gotta just be looking out, just be watching out. It's coming. Boskoe 100, 1111 Network, Nina Girl, getting your feet whipped, my nigga.
Hey, you don't think Nina Boy's gonna be able to handle his candle?
That nigga finna get his feet whipped.
Hey, Munchie B is picking you this time, even though he picked against you last time.
See, last time you tried to go against me, my nigga, like, you see, like, nigga, I'm telling you, bro, the last time, the only thing that saved my boy, like, me and God, we talked about this, so I'm not, rest in peace to my boy, we talked about it, we joked about it when he was alive, so it ain't like I'm talking about him, but he know I won that fight, my nigga. Like, at the last minute, I didn't know we was gonna have to wear no headgear. Like, I didn't know I was gonna have to wear no big ass 16-ounce gloves. Like, it was like, you know what I mean, a lot of last minute shit
Right.
that detoured my whole little squabble. Like, that I was, you know what I mean, I wasn't even ready for it. But this time, I'm gonna be ready for whatever this time. Like, now I'm going harder on the training, nigga. I'm maxing out on the cardio, all the shit. Like, I'm finna be ready this time.
How many blunts you smoking every night?
I do like 2 a day.
Because you did say, wait. The last time you said if you fought again, you was gonna stop drinking and smoking up to the fight, to another fight.
Yeah. So I stopped drinking.
Yeah, that's how real training goes.
I stopped drinking, and the smoking is, you know what I mean. Even my trainer told me, like, smoking weed is cool. I don't smoke cigarettes, so you know what I mean. Smoking weed is cool in moderation. You know what I mean? They can't just smoke 10 blunts a day, but you know what I mean. The blunt or 2 a day is cool.
Yeah. All right, Boskoe, we're gonna let you go. I appreciate you tapping in with Streets and Scholars, and good luck to you. And
good luck, homie.
I hope Nina Boy doesn't handle his candle, as he always says.
I mean, shit, catch it though. We gonna see. You know what I mean? It could go either way, man. God gotta answer everybody's prayer sometime. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if he do win, you know what I mean? Respect to him, man.
Respect to you, though. Even, like I say, for me, win, lose, or draw is respect, homie. You know what I mean? So.
But you know, I'm a sportsman. Like, if he win, he won. Nigga, I need a rematch.
Yeah.
All right, Boskoe. When you get a chance, come to the studio so we could do another interview, another video, and talk more about this face to face.
All right, shit. Let me know. I'll come by this week sometime.
All right, then.
All right, bet. All right, FG.
All right, homie, for sure.
All right, there he goes, Boskoe, tapping in from Inglewood. But hey, we spoke to Boskoe.
I think it's only right for you. You know these guys. What you gonna do?
Hey, you know it's a trip. I did Boskoe's very first true interview back in like 2013 or 14. I want to say the first interview, but he did do this one interview that lasted about 2 or 3 minutes after he got into that thing with Rosemo. I don't really count that. It wasn't a full interview.
Okay.
I did a full interview with him, first one ever. Nina Boy, Who the first one ever to interview Nina Boy?
Alex Alonso.
Hey, we're gonna see if he recalls that. Let me see if I can get him on the phone. But yeah, Nina Boy is from 6'9". Okay, right, 6'9" East Coast.
Yeah, I definitely know some
6'9" East Coast. They used to have that big apartment building on the corner of Main and 69th that the city of LA tore down. They tore down the whole building, and they built some new stuff.
Yeah.
But let's see if we can get Nina Boy on the line. Let's see. We're calling Nina Boy from East Coast.
Yeah, I've been watching Nina Boy on YouTube, man.
Yeah, hello?
Is this Nina Boy?
Yeah, you already know what's in it.
This is Alex, man, tapping in.
Alex, the man, what's happening?
Well, I'm over here with my man FG. We're doing a Streets and Scholars. We're on what episode?
We're on 8.
We're on episode 8, and we decided to tap in with both of you guys. We just got off the phone with Boskoe, and Boskoe said he's gonna handle your candle.
I want to see that. I definitely want to see that.
Nina Boy, what's going on with you, homie? This FG.
FG, what's happening with it?
Hey, homie, I was just telling Boskoe and Alex, man, I'll be watching you on YouTube, man, and I say, man, my boy got confidence over there, man. He seemed like he gonna come in. I told Boskoe, too, he seemed like he gonna come in there and holler at you, man. How you feel about that?
Man, I'm going to knock the pickle juice out that nigga nose, man. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, nigga, hey. But it's a positive thing, though, man. It's a positive thing, and you know, but I definitely want to bring it, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to bring it. I'm going to rock that snot box for number one. You understand me? Yeah.
Well, the thing I was telling him though, I say, hey, man, you know, I know this like his second or third one, but at the same time, I say, man, y'all just might be starting something that, you know, 5 years from now, homie, that might be some real big shit on, you know, putting the guns down and going back in them gloves and going to handle your business with them fists. This may be something, homie, that become real big on some respect shit. So I respect both of y'all for, you know, putting it down like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I think that, I mean, overall, universally, I think the respect factor gonna be big just to get in that ring for number one, because it's different. You see what I'm saying? Like, it ain't about street fighting. When you get in there, it's technique, it's calculated, and it's about studying your opponent. You see what I'm saying? So it's not about size. I know that nigga feel because he got a little bit of size on the nigga. You know what I'm saying? But he better hold that nose up, though. Hold that nose up, nigga, because I'm going to split that bell pepper like a motherfucking nigga, and that's on everything.
Well, I was
going to rock that.
Yeah, I was telling him that I didn't, you know, I don't know your stature. I can see you on, you know, YouTube and stuff, but he got a little size, a little bit of size advantage on you.
Just a little bit. I mean, but that's nothing to like street dudes anyway.
Well, shit,
you know,
he'll tell you what I told him.
Man.
I told him squab is squab. So you know what I mean? I don't care. You know, size don't matter on a whole lot of shit. So I wasn't over there agreeing with him. I was just, you know, trying to let him know, you know, that size didn't mean shit. When I see Nina Boy on the thing, he talking big shit. He gonna say he gonna handle his business. You know what I mean? You know. Yeah. And so I'm looking forward to it. You know what I mean? And let me ask you this, man. You know, if I was gonna go to Vegas and put my money on it, man, I mean, I'm asking you, man, because I ain't picking no sides on no homie type shit. Who I should put my money on, homie?
I'm telling you, all on me, man. I'm gonna keep it 100. And right now, I am the people's choice. You know what I'm saying? He's too slow. You see what I'm saying? I breathe different. My wind. I'm faster. You see what I'm saying? I'm more accurate than him. I mean, I studied his
get down, yeah.
Stuff. You know what I'm saying? And from the streets to the suites, man, I watched it. But overall, I'm definitely gonna make him work for whatever he say he gonna do to me. You see what I'm saying? I've been training in Vegas. I went and trained in Louisiana. I'm gonna come train in LA. Like, I'm really taking this shit serious.
Hey, how many rounds? How many rounds do you guys plan on doing, and how many minutes per round?
Well, basically, it's up to me and him. We both got to come to the table and agree on everything. He want to do without the headgear, which I was thinking, like, bro, I don't even know if that's smart enough to do some shit like that, because we're not professionals. But I guess, you know, by me penetrating what I'm saying on that nigga heart, he like, yeah, man, I fuck that. I want to go without the headgear. And I'm like, man, I could really put you on conscious, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could put you to sleep like that easier. You know what I'm saying? But not just because I've been fighting my whole life, which, you know what I'm saying, I always love to fight. So, you know what I'm saying, it's going to really demonstrate, like, wait a minute, this nigga probably was born with a gift or something. But, yeah, for the most part, you know, I said, since you want to go without headgear, nigga, let's go 6 rounds. I was pushing for 8. You
That's
see
a
what I'm
long
saying?
time though, Nina Boy. Goddamn, homie, you know what I
6
mean?
rounds.
Shit, that's a long time. I thought y'all was gonna do it more or less like 3 rounds. You know what I mean? And I mean, me personally, I would go with the headgear just based on, like you say, motherfuckers not professionals, homie, and you know we are out here trying to, you know, live our lives and pay these bills and take care of these kids and shit like that. You know what I mean? And but
Yeah.
like you said, it's all on y'all. You know what I mean? But 6 rounds, that's a long time. I don't give a fuck if there was a minute around. That's a long time. Ho. You
so
know.
so yeah, I mean, like, cause I mean, if you want to put some numbers on the scoreboard, man, that's why I was like, me, I'm a businessman. This is nothing but business.
Right,
Like,
no
I
doubt,
have
no
no
doubt, no
hate in
doubt.
my heart for that man. You know what I'm saying? I think what I did was I just beat him at his game, and I got him to bite the bullet. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So he originally reached out like, Nina Boy talking shit. I want to fight that nigga. I guess I penetrated some, you know what I'm saying, on the nigga's skin. So, you know, I stood up like a man, like, yeah, this would be a dope opportunity for me, and it'd be a dope opportunity for him. Cause right now, a lot of people been buying tickets on my end for sure.
And how do
You know
you
what I'm saying?
how do people find the tickets?
We got individual barcodes on our Instagram.
If
You
somebody
see what
want to
I'm
buy
saying?
tickets from Nina Boy, you know, just based on they want to roll with Nina Boy, they want to buy tickets from your side. How do
Yeah.
is it a website? Do you have it on your
It,
YouTube
it,
channel or Instagram or?
it, it's on my Instagram channel. I mean, it's on the bio. You click the link in the bio, and for those that can't make it out to the fight, you can live stream it. We'll be like pay-per-view type of thing going on too.
Well, let me
So
ask you this: do you still fuck with the homies in the hood from the 6ix9ine? It is 6ix9ine, right?
yeah. Yeah, I definitely I'm not heavily involved like how I used to because
Right,
what YouTube did with my life. You see what I'm saying?
right.
It take me all around the blacktop, man, and
No doubt.
you know, being a mentor, but I'm
Well, I would.
representing this league, huh?
I was asking based on because you know how the homies get, you know what I mean? Like, man, you better win for the hood, you know, some friendly, you know what I mean? You know, some friendly get
Yeah.
down and shit, man. You better represent the hood, homie, and go in there, you know, get down. And I was just
Oh
wondering if they
yeah, I
were cheering
definitely
you
got
on
all
and
the
shit.
phone
Yeah.
calls and shit. I do pull up to the set when I touch back in town. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it's always been with a nigga. But you know, as your life progresses and you start to elevate, you got to separate yourself to really get
Right.
to the mountain. So, but yeah, I'm heavily involved with the homies. You know what I'm saying? But I push a positive message. I ain't out there
For
with them
sure, for
niggas like,
sure.
man, let's go
Yeah,
knock
let's ain't
something
go. Yeah,
down.
let's go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
No, I
that's a
commend you,
little
homie.
bit
Like I
out.
say, I watch you on YouTube, homie. You know, I check out your messages and shit, and you know, so exactly. But I do want you to go in there, man, and be safe, man. You know, handle your business and good luck, man. You know what I mean. I'm not gonna take no sides on this one, so you know, good luck
Right,
on
for
your
sure.
thing, homie.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
Nina Boy, did you have any? Do you know why DW Flame initially backed out of the fight with Bosco?
Uh, from my opinion, this might not be accurate. I think he didn't see the bigger vision of what the network had in store for him, because it's really a win-win situation.
Right.
I guess ego had to be involved, and maybe he felt like, nah, I need this up front right now instead of seeing a bigger picture. But like I said, man, it opened up a door for me that I didn't even ask for. So I'm just gonna stand up and handle my candle. But yeah, man, I think Bosco could probably tell you more than me. The network still support him. Everybody's still good. It's just something that he chose to not to do.
Right.
He wasn't backing down from Bosco or no shit like that. I could definitely say that on record. I
Okay.
think as far as the business venture, it probably didn't meet his standards.
Now you mentioned his fight with Gonzo. Now Gonzo was a guy that actually had some fight experience, and he was in incredible shape. He was in much better shape than what you are in right now, and I think Bosco did a pretty good job against him. So do you look at that as a maybe a disadvantage that you have?
Not really. It's all about the mental. You know what I'm saying? I think that psychologically, Bosco may have intimidated him mentally, because once you get in that ring, you could forget your training. You
Real
see what I'm
shit.
saying? You smell it when I'm selling. Nigga
Hell
get up in
yeah.
there and think he had it all together.
Right.
Nigga get a boop
Right.
bop, and a nigga just be off guard and start swinging like the street. Both of them niggas was gassed out from the first round, though. I'm gonna keep it
Yeah.
all the way 100. But yeah, and I'm not saying that I can't get gassed out, but
No doubt.
you know
No
what I'm
doubt.
saying? I got more to prove. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to put out that message like, hey, man, listen, man, two sides to come get in this ring, and we can handle our candle as men and show the world that this positivity
Real
movement,
shit.
you know what I'm saying,
No, I'm
it's going
for
to really
that.
unite a lot of people. So, yeah.
All right, Nina Boy, if you could handle your candle against Boskoe, I will definitely be impressed because Boskoe is the bigger dude. He looks stronger. He is bigger, but if you can handle your candle against Boskoe,
I'm gonna show you.
much
That
respect.
man, yeah, but man, that man, he just looked like that, man. That nigga, a nice guy, man.
Man,
That dude
I'm
is.
gonna say, I don't, you know, I mean, I can't say who gonna do what, but I do believe that size that don't mean shit. You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
so I mean, don't let that be an intimidating factor at all. You don't sound like you even let nothing like that into your, you know, your thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey, like I said, I commend both of you dudes, man, for putting this on. It's giving people a platform to when other people may want to handle some phone. Hey, we can do it like Nina Boy and Boskoe did, and go in there and handle our business, man. But best believe when you get up in that ring, them lights, cameras, that action, it do take a toll on all your training and what you was thinking, and you know what I mean. So hey, like I say, man, you know I appreciate y'all for handling it like men.
Yeah, for sure. And may the best man win. Like it's all gonna be all daps and respect. But I'm confident, you know what I'm saying? And it's not cocky though, but it's more studying. You see what I'm saying? A lot of go into this, you know what I'm saying? Your cardio. That nigga out here eating cheeseburgers and steaks and shit, nigga. Almost you know, a nigga eating meatballs and pasta and fuck out of here, nigga.
Hey, well, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told him, man. Win, lose, or draw, man. I'm gonna respect you dudes for this one, man. No doubt.
Oh yeah, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, man. Cause it's about time, man. Like we come together and really put some numbers on the scoreboard and represent a positive light because we always shown a negative side behind, you know, what side we from, and it's not about that no more. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
you know, that's the message I really want to penetrate to the world, man. Is that you know we could be inside that kennel, man, and we all kumbaya and shit like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But
right.
when we
No
come
doubt.
home, you
Exactly.
know, it be different and it's fucked up
Yeah, I
because
talk about that shit a lot, homie. I don't be feeling that one. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You
for
know, I mean
sure. You
real
know.
shit.
Hell yeah, man. We the first and last name before we from all this other shit. I just feel like it is a gap. It's a timeline with what come with this. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't accomplished what you accomplished within your younger years, man, you need to find another career. Cause you know, if nigga decision we make today is gonna affect our future. So, you know, I'm just excited to really get out there and show the world, hey, look, Nina Boy on board with this positive movement. And I'm glad that we can open up doors and this will continue. I really feel like a lot of people gonna want to get involved and want to start making matches and shit like this
I do
happen.
too, homie. To be honest with you, yeah, I do too.
Hey, Nina Boy
Yeah.
got about 5 people that he could fight right now.
Oh, but this the thing. We got he called the network and said he want a rematch clause, not me. That nigga said, hey, I want a rematch clause. I gotta send over my rematch clause
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
couple of days. So obviously he feeling the pressure. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting that pressure on the nigga though. He's smelling what I'm selling, obviously. So but catch it though, man. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, if I lose, I want a rematch within 10 days. So I gotta give him my stipulations and all that type of
Man,
shit.
that's a
And
fast a rematch though, man. When it comes to that squab, and damn, motherfucker be need 2 weeks to recover. We ain't 15 no
right.
more. Shit.
Right. Shit, nigga, me and that nigga did real. He 40, I'm right up under the nigga,
Yeah,
so we both
yeah.
go.
Shit, motherfucking
You
knuckles and
know,
shit gonna be hurting, and you know, hit the motherfucking ribs, they gonna be hurting. You know what I mean? But
hell,
it's all
man,
good,
hey,
homie. Yeah.
I'm gonna make chili come out that nigga ass. He coming that ring with me, boy. Yeah, man, catch it up. But nah, man, I definitely agree to the rematch clause. And then after that, I'm pretty sure a lot of people been attacking me right now. So it's gonna be a lot of people that, you know, if you're a content creator, man, and you got a buzz, I definitely want to, because nobody can hold the top spot forever. You know what I'm saying? You can't just win and say, nah, I ain't giving it up.
Right,
I ain't
right.
taking no more fights. So, and I'm definitely want to open up that door, just like he opened up that door for me. I'm not gonna put paint where it ain't.
Well,
That
see
nigga
that.
called me out. You know.
Yeah, but that was another thing about the headgear. You know what I mean? So, you know, if dudes be thinking that, you know, it may be one or two more, or maybe somebody else, that headgear kind of is important on, you know, on the safety tip. You know what I mean? I mean, of course,
Yeah.
dudes can go out in the street and get down all day, but you know, this is an organized bout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, it's all good.
All right, Nina
Yeah.
Boy
Yeah.
is June 26, 2022,
Yeah.
1111 Network, and they could tap in on your Instagram if they handling your candle, and or they could tap in on Bosco's Instagram to get tickets. Is that correct?
Yep. Facts.
Okay, and when you're in LA, you got to tap in with me so we could do another interview.
Oh man, though, let's do it.
And don't forget who was your first interview, man, because I saw you on an
Oh
interview
man,
the
I'll
other
never
day.
forget, bro.
But
Come
hey, I
on, man.
saw you on an interview the other day, and somebody said, "Oh, was Alex Alonso your first thing?" And you was like, "Well, no, I was doing some stuff with Spider Loc before that."
Oh, my major interview. Well, let me set the record since we live. You are my major interview, like on a big stream platform. So let me fix that if I
Okay.
misinterpret that. You know what I'm saying? I'll never put pain where it ain't. So yeah, shout out to you, bro. You definitely opened up some doors, man. And we did a great interview.
Oh,
You know
no
what I'm
doubt.
saying? I just did some small little shit, but majorly, you are originally my first major big interview.
And guess who was Bosco's first major interview?
I already know.
All right, man.
Yes,
Thanks for
sir.
tapping in with Streets and Scholars, and good luck to both y'all, man.
Appreciate it.
All right.
All right, homie.
All right, man. All right.
There he goes, Nina Boy from East Coast. So that should be entertaining, man. I actually will probably watch it. I want to support the brothers.
Well, see, now I definitely am.
I just don't know. I don't know if I should buy a ticket under Boskoe or buy a ticket under Nina Boy.
Well, the thing about it on that tip is, I believe all the funding probably gonna go to the same pot or the same kitty. I don't believe it's the money is already, it's promoter shit. So
Yeah.
they probably already got their deal on what they gonna make. I don't think individual ticket sales gonna go probably based. So it probably don't matter.
Well, I'm glad they're doing it the way they're doing it, man, because we need to. I know at the first fight that Boskoe had with Gonzo, the slogan was "Gloves up, guns down."
Oh, okay. No, that's fly.
Yeah.
No, that's fly right there.
So I don't know if they're still using that. Well, this is a different company, so I don't think they're using that same.
Right. But the concept is the same.
Yeah, man. So and Nina Boy got a lot of little beefs going on YouTube. So he's got he's got about 3 or 4 fights.
Yeah, lined up.
Yeah, lined up.
Yeah.
Now, you started creating content recently. You don't seem like the type of dude that want to beef with dudes online. If someone disagrees with you, you're going to start talking shit and creating this back and forth.
I can't do that. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm going to go direct to them, either get their number, get their inbox, you know what I mean? We can holler. But I do understand that some of these people, not saying these guys, but some people come at you for a certain reason. Maybe I don't use that word clout, but maybe for notoriety.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody is looking for notoriety to be like, this person ain't who they say they is, but best believe they need to go and keep that shit over there, or direct me personally on something that they feel is, not trolls or nothing, but somebody feel they got a major problem with something,
Yeah, you don't come off as the type that's gonna go back and forth in such a public way.
I don't argue. No.
Yeah. I've never done it myself, and I've had plenty of opportunities to do it. I just leave it alone, or I try to catch the person, or not catch, but talk to them privately.
But in this situation, because everybody different, don't get me wrong, I do. That's how I got on Nina Boy. He was talking shit about. I tuned in because he was talking shit.
Yeah.
I tuned in because Boskoe was talking shit. So don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? I do get out there, and I can't be I am who I am. And but don't get me wrong, we do tune in when people get out there and get to talking all that shit.
Yeah, we do.
You know what I mean? So it's not my style, but at the same time, I do watch it and do laugh, and I really want to see I might be there. You know what I mean? I might be at the ring on the sideline. You know what I mean? Because I want to see this one.
Actually, the venue is West Side Boxing Gym, which is on Pico and West Boulevard, which is it's an unusual venue to have an event because they don't have a area for people and spectators.
Oh, okay.
It's just a gym.
It's a gym, yeah.
So I don't know how that's going to work, but I guess they're going to sell.
They're gonna have cameras.
Yeah.
People gonna watch it on whatever stream they stream it on, and but I'm definitely gonna try to be watching that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap in with it. All right, so let's move on to our next topic. Marijuana, should it be legal or not legal?
You know what? I won't say should it be. I mean, it seems like the world is using it.
Well, the world is using cocaine.
Yeah, you're right. You definitely
And the world is on this fentanyl right now, which is
But
crazy.
that's killing people.
It's killing
You know
people.
what I mean? And when they go with the statistics on what marijuana do, I think that, try to make it seem like it's worse than what it is. But we all know that marijuana has been a drug I don't even call it a drug no more. I just call it marijuana. And people's been using it for centuries and still functioning and not having, addiction or losing jobs or have to. I mean, somebody may have in life, but, overall, I believe that America know that marijuana should have been legal a long time ago.
Well, the reason why I ask if marijuana should be legal or not is because there is a new bill in Washington, D.C., and it is called the MORE Act, MORE, Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act, that is going to make weed legal on the federal level. Now, a bunch of states have already been passing it.
Right.
California already made it legal.
Right.
But it's kind of weird that state law does not supersede federal law.
No doubt.
So it's almost like it's legal in California, but at any time, at any moment, the feds can come in there and charge you.
So basically, let me ask you this. If I'm going down the street and I got, say, a half ounce of weed in my pocket and the police pull me over, they won't take me to jail?
No, a half ounce of weed is only 14 grams.
Right.
Yeah, nothing will happen to you in California.
I don't smoke, so I just was, okay, that's
But if you're in, let's say, Idaho,
right, I heard they'll get your ass.
you go into prison maybe for that same amount.
Right.
But yeah, California made it legal. Colorado made it legal. About 18, 20 states made it legal. But it still doesn't take away from the federal law, which is still illegal. I know some dudes that had marijuana dispensaries, which were legal in California. But it's crazy. The feds, whenever they pick and choose which marijuana dispensaries they want to hit.
They do, and I'm wondering what's the criteria for what should make them wants to hit that.
They just target you. If they don't like you, I know a dude who had a marijuana dispensary right around the corner, and he said that the feds got mad at him for something, and before he knew it, he lost both his dispensaries.
Well, was he in a certain area? Was he the zoning where he was? Was he close to something that they didn't feel he should be selling marijuana next to? I mean, how do some people make it and some people don't?
It just depends if you're lucky enough that the feds don't hit you.
Right.
So it's like rolling the dice to have a weed business in California. Even though it's legal in California, the feds can come anytime they want. But this bill will remove all of that if it passes.
True, because it still got to go through the Senate. But at the same time, on a legal level, what about all the convictions that they have from people for marijuana?
Well, this bill is supposed to, the E for more stands for expungement. So that means they're going to go back into certain cases and take away their convictions.
Well, see, that's the part where I'm skeptical about. For one, you use the word certain, and they certainly not going to let people out of jail, because, the prison system is on the stock market. It's a lot of high-ranking representatives in the Senate and the Capitol and the politics period that have stocks in the prison system. So this is one reason why I believe that even if they was to do certain things, they wouldn't make it retroactive.
Well, this is a topic that has certainly become political because, as you said, it passed in the House of Representatives, but it only passed by party line. 435 people in the House, 221 Democrats, 201 Republicans, 5 empty seats. It passed in the House, and only 3 Republicans supported it. So 3 out of the 201 Republicans supported it. So this is definitely divided along party lines. So you might be right. The Republicans might say, hey, we don't want to pass this because of X, Y, Z. We don't like the expungement part. We don't want people getting out of jail. We don't want people, because also, if you're a convicted felon because of a weed case and you get your case overturned, now you can vote now. Or, you get your rights will be restored if that's your only offense, is marijuana. So there's a lot of little things.
There's a whole lot of dynamics to it.
No doubt. And in the Senate, I don't know if it's going to pass in the Senate because it needs 60 votes in the Senate. And there's 50 Republicans, there's 50 Democrats. So you need to get like 9, almost 10 of those Republicans to vote on it. And if you only got 3 Republicans in the House of Representatives, ain't no way you're going to get 9 or 10 in the Senate. So I don't know if this is even going to pass. But, hey, at least we're talking about it. And at least there's a bill because one day marijuana will be legal.
Well, this is the thing about it. What is the benefit for it to be legal and not legal? For people who just recreationally smoke it. I don't think the feds or the state looking for nobody who go buy $100 worth of weed. So when you get to talking about making it legal for who? Everybody who smokes weed has weed and smokes it and don't have a problem ever and they've been doing it for 30 years and don't have a problem. I'm wondering when you saying who are these, who are you making it, by making it legal, who are you basically helping or assisting or,
Well, I think it's going to help.
Growers?
It's going to help the user. If the user buys an ounce, you're not going to go to jail in California, but there are a whole bunch of states that you will get arrested for it. you will go to jail. You will be locked up for a couple of weeks, a few months perhaps. So the laws vary from state to state.
Right.
So that's why this federal thing is if it would pass would be good because it'll remove all of the different state laws. Now there'll be one law that says it's legal for everybody, whether you're smoking, whether you have an ounce on you, or maybe even a pound.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you that if the feds legalize something, do that automatically make the states have to line up?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. That federal law supersedes state law. So let's say California says it's illegal. Then the Fed just passed a law and say it's legal. Now it's legal in California.
So the state can't do their own thing.
No, they can't go. That's why it's crazy that they made, California, Colorado, and a few other states, they went rogue to make marijuana legal, even though the Fed said, no, it's illegal. So I think the feds are just slowly catching up to the states to say, okay, maybe we should make it legal. Because here's the part that bothers me the most is that 60% of the people in jail or in prison for marijuana are people that look like us.
No doubt.
So, and these people shouldn't even be in prison in the first place.
True, but the sad part about it is even if they pass this stuff, like I say, I seen it when they did the crack law. They put all those people in jail. They came to find out. They tried to say crack was worse than powder. After years and years of studies, if they found out that it wasn't, because the only thing you need to make crack is baking soda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when they stopped the bullshit and started saying, listen, man, we can't even fight this fight no more based on the facts that we have our lies, they changed the law. They drastically changed the law to make the widespread between the ratio between powder and crack. Once they closed that gap, you go to jail now and take a ton of crack to go to jail. They never let those people out. They didn't make it retroactive. So they never let those people out who got caught with 50 grams of crack. Even though now y'all say that we were wrong, it's the same, but you didn't let people out of jail.
Yeah, but what you went to prison for in 2004 could not happen today.
Oh, it wouldn't even happen. You probably wouldn't even have a case. The feds wouldn't even look at you, let alone probably state.
So that's a good thing that they changed.
It's a great thing, but it's also a bad thing that you didn't let the people who you wronged out.
Now, I think that if they change the law from what you got convicted for in 2004, you should be able to go back and get that federal conviction expunged.
No, trust me. I was in there when they changed the law. I didn't even need it expunged. Let me out of jail.
Just let me go home.
I mean, I still had a couple years left, Let me out of jail.
Did you try to file some sort of...
we tried to file every motion that we could, you know what I mean? And they said because the retroactive part had to go back to Congress for them to vote on that. You know what I mean? If you go to jail now, you good. You wouldn't even be in jail for what you in jail for.
But that's messed up.
No, it's definitely messed up. So I'm trying to see with the marijuana convictions, this was sometimes what holds back on them being able to change the law. Because sometimes they'll say, it's too much work to try to go back and see who did what. You know what I mean? Sometimes they just be like, forget it. We don't even want to deal with it.
Well, that's what the expungement means. I don't think it's going to let people out of prison. But if you have a weed conviction and that conviction is messing you up, you can get that conviction from what it looks like, get that removed.
Right. But if you're going to expunge my conviction, you should expunge my sentence. If I'm only in jail for some marijuana.
If you're currently in prison for marijuana now,
you might not even have a long time, but that's not the point. The point, if you change the law should fit everybody who's under that law. That's what I believe, but that's not how it works because...
No, I don't think expungement works for sentences. I think it just works for convictions.
Pass.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, if this goes through the Senate, as I don't think it is, but if it does, hey, that's a good first step in the direction of legalization of marijuana for those who support it.
Right.
I'm kind of like mixed. I support it because there's so many people in jail and prison for marijuana that shouldn't be there. But at the same time, I don't want my kids smoking weed.
Right,
or
I don't
promote
readily available.
Yeah.
Because it's legal, is people just trying to hand it to them. Basically, no, I get you.
Because even though that marijuana is known in science to not have, it has some medicinal purposes, but I see some dudes on weed that are completely unmotivated.
Right.
Forgetful. I had a homeboy forget his keys in his car, came over here. I don't know how many blunts he was high off of. He left his keys hanging in the door. That was weed.
Right,
Weed made you do that. You know?
No. I've seen the effects of it. Like you said, it is a lazy drug. So when you get to talking about a lazy drug, that mean like every day, if it takes off 2 hours of production off your life, just every day, just 2 hours. Do you know over a 10-year span how much less production you've done than the next person who didn't smoke it? So I do get it. You know what I mean? Plus, I'm around weed smokers. I don't smoke myself. I did for years, you know, and I was the kind of guy who I would have to make a list of the things I had to do before I smoked my weed, because once I smoke it, I was smart enough to say those things aren't going to get done. So let me do what I need to do. But I also have people who could smoke and function at a high level.
That's true too. I mean, I know dudes that can smoke a blunt, drive the car just like any other person.
Yeah.
But I think it's each person
Is different.
Yeah, each person is different, and I think the levels of tolerance are different. Like for example, well, I guess with alcohol too is different. I mean, some people could take 5 shots and still function, and someone like myself, after 2, I'm feeling it after 2, right?
Take 5.
But you know, hey, if alcohol is legal, alcohol does far more damage than weed does.
Right.
Way more people die on
More
alcohol.
people die.
Drunk drivers, even what it does to you physically, your liver,
damage,
you know.
Yeah.
But hey, alcohol is legal. And so at some point, marijuana is going to become legal. Not that I'm 100% with it, but I am with it to the extent where we got too many people in prison, in jail for this, especially in other states, down south, in the Midwest. Not so much in California, but
Yeah, but you know what it is, Alex. Once they figure out a way to tax it, that'll be a whole lot more incentive for them.
well, the taxing part is in the bill.
Okay, I was gonna say they can get their tax money. They gonna let you do it.
They are going to tax it. That's for sure.
So they want to try to get a hand on a lot of these local growers, though. You know what I mean? That they want to tax them and make sure they getting their fair share. You know, so that's why I say it's a lot of things in there that we not even thinking about. We, you know, that they want that money, man.
Yeah, they're definitely going to tax it, and I mean that's without saying the government's going to want their piece of the pie every single step of the way. But this bill, the MORE Act, will be going for a vote, I believe, in the next month in the Senate, and it's going to be a tough bill to pass in the Senate because Republicans don't support this. And they probably don't because of what you're saying. You know, they want more people in jail, no doubt. They want less people. Most of these people that are marijuana offenders would probably vote against them, so they don't want them gaining their voting rights.
Yeah.
So we'll see if this goes through. It needs 60 votes, which makes it almost impossible without Republican support because there's only 50 Democrats in the Senate, so it has to get Republican support, which I don't see it happening, but we'll see what happens next month. All right, they're getting gangster in Sacramento, man.
Oh man, that was tragic though. Also,
And you know, Sacramento is they have similar gangs like LA, not as many as LA, but they got Bloods and Crips up there. But it's mostly a blood city.
mostly a blood city.
Yeah.
You know, I heard on a podcast somebody was talking the other day. They said Sacramento is like if LA and the Bay, if Oakland and LA had a baby. Like a lot of guys leave Oakland to go to Sac. A lot of guys leave Los Angeles and go to Sac. And that's how I originally got as gangster as it is. But they definitely got gangs up there, and they definitely rocking and rolling.
And this shooting is the biggest shooting in Sacramento history because of 6 people dead, 12 injured, and apparently 2 groups were going back and forth shooting each other. I actually ain't never heard of nothing this big, even in LA.
I ain't gonna lie, I haven't. You know what I mean? And they definitely got it in now. Were they at a restaurant, a bar, or you know, how did this kick off? I mean, was it at a nightclub or?
Apparently there was a concert,
Okay.
and then you know everyone is partying at the different clubs in the downtown area, 1 block from the Capitol. Apparently it's a nice little nightlife scene.
Yeah, I know the area. I've been down there. I like it down there. Actually, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So apparently a bunch of people got into a fight. The fight escalated into a shooting.
6 dead.
6 dead, 12 injured. So they got 3 people in custody. They they got these two brothers in custody. Let me see their names. One guy's name is Smiley Martin, and his younger brother DeAndre Martin are both in custody. DeAndre is 26, Smiley is 27, and Smiley is currently in the hospital. They're waiting to take him into custody once he recovers from his injuries.
Okay.
And then there's a third person that is also in custody, and they are basically saying that this is a gang shooting. In fact, let me see if I can play a clip here. Let's see here. Let's see if I could play a clip here.
The identities of those shooters are still being worked through, but based off of witness information, victim information, as well as the numerous videos that we have received, we believe at this point there are 5 shooters. The 5 shooters included 2 groups where there was an exchange of gunfire between the 2 groups. We would like to confirm at this time that this shooting is gang related. While I can't get into the specifics of the gangs involved and the gang membership of the individuals, we do again would like to confirm that this shooting was gang related. I would just like to continue to thank the community. We've received close to 200 videos submitted through our QR code portals, and I would like to continue to ask the community to share those videos with us. We really, really appreciate their help in bringing some justice to the victim's family.
All right, that's the Sacramento PD talking about basically it's gang shooting, and they have 5 victims in custody. I mean, 6 victims, but they got some people in custody.
Yeah.
And they're saying 5 shooters.
Yeah.
5 different shooters. So basically, I ain't never heard of no shooting like this. Let me play one more clip from this news reporter from CBS Sacramento, and she's going to give us a little bit of details of what they know so far.
Well, Smiley Martin has a history, a criminal history that dates back nearly a decade, and there was no mincing of words in a letter to the Board of Parole hearings written by a deputy district attorney in the Sacramento County DA's office when they described Smiley as someone with little regard for human life.
All of these arrests are preliminary arrests made in the preliminary stages of the investigation, and like any other arrest, these cases are forwarded to the district attorney's office, whereas the investigation proceeds, the district attorney's office will determine what, if any, additional charges may apply.
Who is Smiley Martin, the 27-year-old facing charges in relation to Sacramento's worst mass shooting in history, including possession of a machine gun? To start, he was let out of a 10-year prison sentence early. Why? According to the California Department of Corrections, he came to them in January 2018 from Sacramento County with a 10-year sentence for corporal injury and assault likely to cause great bodily injury. Before he got there, he had already received 508 days of pre-sentencing credits and received a variety of additional post-sentencing credits. He was released in February of this year despite a letter to the Board of Parole hearings. The Sac County DA's office calling his criminal conduct, quote, violent and lengthy, and asking he not be released. Martin's criminal history outlined in that 2-page letter. In January of 2013, 6 months before Martin turned 18, he attempted to discard an assault
All right,
rifle.
so they're basically going to go through Smiley's whole
Yeah, they're
criminal
going to
record here.
through the mud.
Yeah, they're dragging them through the mud, but basically what they're doing is they're setting up their trial and trying to get the jurors, already influenced.
They was going to see exactly. They know exactly what they're doing. But that is you talking about the biggest mass shooting in Sacramento history. That's something that it's going to be long, lengthy, and they're going to try their best to hang these dudes to the wall, Alec.
Man, it's crazy that 6 people dead, and from what I understand, they counted 100 shots fired between the 2 groups, and I ain't never heard of no shooting like this. This is absolutely wild. I've been getting calls all day about this.
Yeah, it wasn't a few little busting and get on. They was out there shooting.
And some of this is already on video. And here's the problem I have with this. Hey, if you're going to get out there and do your thing correctly. From what I've seen, none of the victims, none of the 6 people that are dead have anything to do with whatever was going on with these guys.
Oh, wow, that's the bullshit right there.
And actually, let me play one more clip of this is about the victims of this Sacramento shooting.
Are the faces. The 6 people who did not survive Sunday morning's massacre, ranging from a 21-year-old with dreams of helping others to a 57-year-old woman who had no place to live. Jontaya Alexander, just 21 years old. Her family says she worked as a cashier at a Smart & Final, just got her own apartment, and dreamed of becoming a social worker. Yamile Martinez Andrade, also 21 years old. She drove from Fresno to Sacramento to attend the Tyler, the Creator concert at the Golden One Center. Her last text message to her mother, just as she reached her seat. Melinda Davis, a homeless woman known at Loaves and Fishes. Sunday morning, she chose to sleep on the sidewalk where the shooting happened. 29-year-old Devazier Turner worked as a manager at a Wingstop and leaves behind a wife and 4 kids under the age of 10. His cousin, Sergio Harris, also killed. The 38-year-old landscaper went out clubbing Saturday night after spending the day with his 3 kids. And 32-year-old Joshua Hoy Lucchesi. His mom tells us he could always make her laugh.
Okay, so, I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think these 6 victims, got anything to do with any of this drama. Hey, you never know, but it doesn't look like it.
Nah, they didn't deserve it, bro. I mean, just straight up. And that's the problem with the gang violence out there in the streets. You know, you guys not even getting your man. You know, you getting innocent people who, I mean, regardless if she was homeless or not, that don't, she's still alive. You know, so when you dudes going out here and y'all doing this shit and you innocent people are getting affected, that's what I really have a problem with. You know what I mean? Had they shot each other up, I would have been like, hey, they was, you know, it's what it is. But when you get to talking about innocent people, innocent bystanders and shit, hard-working people who was supposed to go home to their family afterwards and they had a whole life ahead of them, didn't choose this shit, that's where I have a problem, Alex.
Hey, isn't it true that, I guess it depends on which prison you're in and which prison yard and who's on that yard, that if your case has a lot of innocent victims on it, you might get handled in prison, depending on where you're at.
Right. I mean, you know, I think all those factors could come up, but at the end of the day, man, you know, it's crazy, man. You know, I hate to see innocent people in gang shit get involved. You know, get hit with gang bullets, or you know what I mean. It wasn't even for them. What were you guys shooting at?
It's crazy because it was like,
y'all didn't get one gang member of each. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Well, there's also 12 people injured.
Right, but I'm talking about these people lost their life.
Oh yeah, in terms of
some of them injuries, they may be able to walk away from with a, you know, with injuries still going to live though. These people didn't even get to, you know, see the next day.
Yeah, I think this shooting happened, like I saw some video of just large crowds of people in the street. So they were just firing where there was dozens and dozens of people out there.
Yeah, but you probably was using some of these people for cover and all that. Where's the integrity? Where's the it's too many people right here? Where's all those factors? That's how it was. You know what I mean? And where's the not right now? We catch you on the next one. You know, where is that at?
How do you view the people who shot back? Because obviously one group had to shoot first. And once they shot first, it just seems like everything is out the window at that point.
It is, but if you see a crowd of just people running around, you know, you just shooting just to say you shot back. That's the real shit. You not, you know, well, they wasn't because of 6 other people that's injured, so maybe they got their target in the midst of shooting elsewhere. But I mean, it definitely was a tragic situation. And you're right, you know, you be somewhere and somebody gets to shooting at you, you got a pistol, you're going to shoot back.
Yeah, you're not thinking of even the police do that. When there's a shooting,
right.
They have what's called background, and they're supposed to be aware of their background. But when they get to shooting, they get to shooting. So
this just is tragic, man. To be honest with you.
But check this out: the 3 people that are arrested, none of them have been charged with any of these murders yet.
Yeah. Use the right word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best believe they're going to do their investigation. Plenty of cameras around. They're going to have to answer for this.
And I'm gonna tell you, if any of these guys are actually charged for multiple bodies, the DA in Sacramento is gonna file this as a death penalty case.
No doubt.
Even though we're in California, they got the death penalty here.
They will file it. You know what I mean? But sometimes, you know, like I say, I'm just not no heartless dude. But I mean, you took innocent lives, bro. You know what I mean? And you might have been protecting your life in the midst of, but best believe they're going to be on that camera and they're going to get intel that's going to tell them what road you played in it, and it may reduce their charges from manslaughter to murder one, or you know what I mean. That's why I think they haven't just charged them yet. They're going to put it together.
Yeah, it's still early in the investigation. There was so many shots fired and 5 shooters. There's still so much more to figure out. So this is a story that's going to be in the California headlines for several more weeks to come. But before we wrap this up, man, who do you got between Boskoe and Nina Boy, man?
You know what? I really was trying to see what that size advantage was with Boskoe. I didn't realize he had a size advantage. How tall is Boskoe?
I'm gonna say Boskoe's about 6 feet tall.
Okay.
And Nina Boy is like 5'6" or 5'7", somewhere there. So I mean, that is a huge.
It's an advantage. Probably a reach difference. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
But I like the heart that Nina Boy got. I like the way he's talking his shit. You know what I mean?
But Nina Boy said he's probably faster. No doubt he's gonna be faster. But some people are saying that Nina Boy looks like he's been enjoying, steaks these last few weeks, last few months. Put on a little weight, maybe.
Right.
That's gonna slow you down.
Oh, it's gonna take a factor, and they talking about some damn 6 rounds. I got him huffing and puffing at 3.
But look, the fight ain't until June 26th, so they got time to get in shape.
Are they gonna do it though? Or are they gonna go with their confidence and say, "I'm gonna beat this dude ass"?
Well, I remember when Boskoe fought Gonzo. He smoked and drank up until the fight. He did say he was going to change his regimen up if he was going to fight again. So we'll see. I guess you ain't picking nobody over.
No. I like I say, man, I made the best guy win, man. I'm rooting for both of them. But it's going to be plenty. I'm gonna definitely be whoever win. I'm gonna definitely be tuning into their channel to listen to the big shit talking. You know what I mean? But I really admire that them dudes took it to the gloves.
No doubt.
Instead of, getting on there, getting their homies involved, getting with the bullshit going. I do admire that.
All right, man. Where can people find you, man?
You can find me at FGeneral1 on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube at FG Unleashed. And I appreciate you guys for tapping in.
And I'm at Alex Alonso 101, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Street TV on YouTube. And if you're listening to us on Apple, hit that review and that rating, and we'll answer. We're gonna answer questions next week because I just noticed there's a few in there. And if you're listening to us on Spotify or any of the other any of the other podcast platforms, follow us, please. And that wraps up Streets and Scholars.